who is a former activist with University of Wisconsin Divestment. He's a national coordinator for divestment with the Palestine Solidarity Movement and the author of Fighting the New Apartheid, which is a handbook to campus divestment work. So sounds really good, check that out. Next is Abraham Greenhouse, who started his activism at Rutgers and worked with Palestine Solidarity Movement for years. He's currently working on the Lev Leviev campaign in New York, and his work has appeared in lots of places. He's been interviewed by New York Times, WBAI, and his writing has appeared online in a lot of places. He's currently a web developer and online strategy consultant for the Palestine Freedom Project. They have a table out back, which provides resources and logistical support, enhances communication and coordination, and with Palestine and solidarity movements, and helps bring models and methodologies usually employed in the private sector to Palestine activism. Sounds really interesting. Check that out. Next, Catherine Fuchs went to Israel and Palestine this past summer for the first time. She has been the U.S. campaign BDS coordinator for a year and a half, and she's been doing apartheid awareness, anti-apartheid awareness with them for that time. Before that, she worked with Peace Action for a couple of years, and before that, she was doing anti-nuclear, anti-war work. Currently, she's a master's candidate for the philosophy of peace and development at the Universitat Jaume I in Spain. And finally, but certainly not least, is Andrew Stockew, who is a signer, which basically means one of the leaders of Students for Justice in Palestine at Hampshire this year and in the past before. He's also a key spokesperson and key conference organizer for this conference, so he's a perfect person to tell you about the history of divestment at Hampshire. He's currently getting his license to teach U.S. history, and he's doing his undergraduate thesis at the same time on Indian removal policy in the first half of the 19th century. So without further ado, I will let these guys tell you about their fascinating things.
Good morning, everyone. I assume you hear me okay from here? Very good. I mean, first of all, thanks to everybody for coming, and special thanks to the Hampshire crew for a great event and great organizing. Not to mention a great divestment success that we haven't seen the likes of on a university in North America, or even probably globally, to be honest with you, so far. So I mean, I cannot describe to you how happy and humbled I am to be here, you know, speaking at a divestment conference after we actually had a divestment success. So this is a great experience. It's a great honor for me, and to be honest with you, I did not expect to have this opportunity so soon. So to put things in perspective, you know, the divestment movement in the U.S. started back in late 2000, early 2001, and here in 2008, or 2000, it's 2009, isn't it? Wow, I just lost a whole year. It was fun though. All right, what was I saying again? So, I mean, to put in perspective, the anti-apartheid divestment movement did not have matching success until about 12, 13 years after it was launched. And they did not have the same challenges or the same formidable obstacles in their path like we do for this campaign. Having said that, when we discussed this panel, I was planning to put together some sort of an introduction about explaining divestment, and again, talk to you about the divestment potential and the strategic potential for divestment as a strategy. So that was the plan, and then I was reading a few days ago. I was reading a book on entrepreneurship. I just have to show you the book so you know I'm not making this up. By Guy Kawasaki, The Art of the Start. I'm reading it because, you know, when I start my own falafel stand or something. So he suggests that when you present a business idea, try to do two things. Go with the top 10 reasons why, and also start include a few jokes in it, so it makes it appealing, and you try to sell some people on it. So I tried to do that. So what I'm going to give you today is the top 10 reasons why you should get your own divestment campaign. And hopefully that will be also informative. That's the other thing. I was going to include the jokes, so I got carried away, and then I realized I ran out of space. I had to do 15 to include the important things towards the later end. So here we go. Top 2 reasons why you should get your BDS campaign. I can't say for. I'm not sure if I counted right, to be honest with you. The first one, it really drives Ellen Dershowitz, it's crazy. I know, I'm proud of this one. I mean, and it's not just Ellen Dershowitz. I mean, you have even the leaders of AIPAC, the executive Howard Core, that I believe his name is. He recently at the last AIPAC convention spoke about how much they are concerned about BDS and how much they are threatened by it. So while we will go through the details, why this is a very powerful, very practical and promising strategy. Just the mere fact that you are causing serious concern among the most staunch allies of Israel and the defenders of Israel's apartheid policy, that should be a reason for you to really think hard why this is a good campaign and why you should pursue it. Another reason is that, to lead into that, the practicality and applicability of BDS. BDS is a strategy, or you could think of it as a tool as well, that really will apply pressure on Israel to basically consider its position and think of its policies. In case anybody's not getting the metaphor, this is like arm twisting, so like applying pressure to get Israel to actually do something different than its current strategy of just empty, endless negotiations. In Israel, Israelis, if you go to Tel Aviv, life is good there. Israelis are really not feeling the fact that there is a war next door to them, that there are entire Palestinian population that is suffering. Israelis' concerns tend to be primarily economic. They travel around the world, they go on vacations, they're happy, so basically, this kind of pressure that BDS brings is about the only non-violent tool that will make Israelis feel the pressure from the international community and realize that there is dissatisfaction and discontent around the world with the policies that their government enforces and that they support. The other aspect of the practicality is that you could enforce it or at least apply it in just about every institution you work with it. If you're a student at a university campus, you could direct your divestment campaign to target or to work within your institution. If you're an academic or an artist, you could launch your campaign to target academic and cultural boycott. And once we go through the general discussion of the BDS concept and why it is important to apply pressure on Israel in this form of boycott and sanction and divestment or general boycott, you'll realize that there is a room to apply it just about anywhere you might work or just about any organization you might be a part of. So this as a strategy holds great potential. Another reason is BDS campaigns do offer us measurable goals. This is a